What do I think? There ain't nothing to think. It's a knockout.
No, but I'm saying like just of the fight because it seemed like
whatever I say,
was ready.
whatever I say,
It's not that. It's just
no,
like
whatever,
he wasn't ready, man.
whatever I say is not gonna benefit.
Yeah, exactly. He should have.
Congrats. Let's see him unified. Let's see. Well, he's unified now. Let's see him become undisputed. Good job.
Are you proud of the way Xander performed?
No, I give
Definitely.
him props.
Heart of a
He was like
champion.
lion of heart.
He showed, and his team was. They made the decision. That's it.
What did you think about Boots' performance? I mean, he overcame some kind of hard spots there.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I see things though that I think other champions in that weight class or contenders could capitalize. I'm not there yet. I'm at 147. We'll go from there, but for anybody at 154, I hope they saw what I saw tonight.
Nah, tonight Sanders surprised me. It was a blowout, you know, but I got to give it to Sanders, you know what I'm saying? I think that Sanders should have waited a little bit longer, you know, get more experience, and, you know, and then fight Boots. It was too early, you know, but I mean, if you got to give it to Sanders, you got to give it to him, and he got the heart of a lion, and he'll be back.
I know you said, you know, it was too early, but I mean, he did get up from the knockdowns. It seemed like he had Boots hurt like in the third, fourth there. I mean, did you think maybe
I was surprised that they let the fight go that long, you know, because I was really concerned about him getting hurt like that. But that's boxing, you know. Their corner decided to let him out. Thank God, I hope he's okay. And you know, there was times there that he could have turned it around, but I mean, tonight it was Boots night, you know what I'm saying?
Boots Ennis, what a great fight. You are a machine. Zayas, a little inexperienced, but you will be back. You're a great fighter. Let's make the biggest fight in boxing today. Virgil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, let's go.
He could have did it the first round, but you know, he gets in there and like to play around a little bit. I'll get on him sometime about playing around like that.
And then that third round, it seemed like Xander had a lot of success. Man, I don't know if
Y'all better look at them tapes again. Y'all talking a lot of success. You anybody go 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Did your instructions change after?
No, nothing changed. I wanted the Boots to go to the body more, you know what I mean, and use his jab more. But he was setting a lot of shots up too. You see the shots he was hitting with, you know what I mean? And I was telling him not to stay there, because every time you stay there, you hit him with a good shot. Xander grabs him, he holds him. You don't see Boots doing the holding. You see he been outboxing him too. You saw what he was doing when he was jabbing. How many jabs he was hitting you with? You know what I mean?
10 seconds.
He can do that, but he the fight. That's why these people come to see, man. He put on the show, man. You know what I mean? That's why they come to pay to see.
But I think the older he gets, 33, 34, 35, that's when he becomes, I think that's when he becomes the type of fighter you can't hit. You know what I mean?
So what would you kind of tell him in terms of like trying to like shore up his defense a little bit? Because when he got hit in the third, with one hand,
It's just, it's not really about, when you throw, you're going to get hit. You know, he loves fighting. He's a fighter at heart. Like I said, with age, the older you get, the smarter you get, the more wiser you get. Then you realize, like, I take less risk and I become more of a boxer. He has that ability. But now he's young and he's in his prime. He's a dog. He likes fighting. He enjoys it. At 154? Fundora. Yes. Virgil is, that's Boots style. He likes when people come to him. You know? You can use all his tricks. It's not gonna be nothing. He don't have to figure nothing out. It's gonna be right in front of him. Yeah. But Ortiz is a warrior, so he gonna be like Xander. He gonna fight to the end.
You know, Danny.
But Fundora gives anybody problems.
Why ain't take the fight in the beginning? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I ain't be talking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to tell you, I'm really different. He gonna see firsthand. He gets hurt a lot. He's flat-footed, and he been dropped multiple times. When he get hit by me, it's gonna be different. I'm trying to tell you.
And what would you grade your performance?
Meanwhile, during their press conference before fight night, Jaron Ennis had projected immense confidence ahead of his clash with Xander Zayas, insisting that his preparation had been flawless and that he was equipped to handle anything his opponent threw at him. He had brushed aside concerns about Zayas' size, pointing out that he regularly shared the ring with much larger opponents in camp and dominated them. Ennis also stated that he was unfazed by Zayas's game plan, as his team had covered every possible scenario in training and predicted a knockout victory, promising an electrifying performance for the fans.
To be honest, I don't care how he fight. It don't matter what he do, we ready for everything. We had every style in camp, so it don't matter. Whatever he want to do, we could do it. So y'all know my slogan. We in it all like a robbery, so that's what we're going to do.
That's a 2-belt world champion, career-long or almost career-long 154-pounder, but you've said all along, I'm levels above him. There's nothing he can do better than me. Why do you believe that?
Like I said before, he's a solid fighter. You know, he's a world champion for a reason, you know, but it's just levels. You know, it's just levels, and I'm going to show come Saturday night and show my skills and my ability. I can't wait, yo. I'm trying to tell y'all, I cannot wait. Y'all know my slogan. I'm in and out like a robbery. Me, by winner, by KO.
Furthermore, Boots had also laid out his long-term vision beyond Saturday's contest, making it clear that his ultimate objective was to claim all the belts at 154 pounds. He had mentioned potential opponents such as Sebastian Fundora, Josh Kelly, and Virgil Ortiz as part of his plan to dominate the division, and stated that his intention was to systematically work through every top contender in the weight class. He had stressed that while his immediate focus was on the upcoming fight, his broader goal was to solidify his status as the undisputed king of the junior middleweight division.
After I'm victorious this Saturday, you know, we're not looking past Xander Zayas at all, but after I'm victorious this Saturday and I bring back home these 2 belts, it's, you know, undisputed. Yeah. Undisputed. If I can get these, you know, the next champion in the ring or whatever, or whether it's, you know, Fundora, Kelly, or it could be Ortiz, you know, just my goal right now is to clean out this whole division. You a champion and you want to be great and you want to take over, you know, whatever division you at. My goal was to be undisputed at 147, and once I figured out they was playing around and these guys didn't want to fight and things like that, I'm like, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and, you know, I'm glad I was able to become, you know, unified and lineal champ. You know, I beat Stan Jonas, got the WBA in the Ring magazine. I was glad I was able to do that, and but yeah, I was like, it's time to go, because I can't keep playing around, waiting around this week. I'm getting.
Based on Boots' plans prior to this bout with Zayas, Eddie Hearn had also mapped out the future for Boots, insisting that his fighter would only pursue major matchups from then on. He had named Fundora and Ortiz as potential targets in the junior middleweight division. Hearn had acknowledged that Virgil might need a tune-up bout first after an extended layoff, but could still be in the mix later that year, and stressed that Ennis was open to facing anyone at the top level and would not accept lesser challenges.
Do you go after a Fundora? Do you still go after a Virgil?
Kelly, Josh Kelly, Virgil Ortiz. Boots will fight anybody, and he won't ever want a small fight again. Big fights only.
Does Virgil negotiations change, being that
listen, whenever he's ready, I think Virgil will want a comeback fight. He's been out for nearly a year, but if he's ready to go, maybe we do that in November, December.
On the other hand, Xander Zayas had described the upcoming bout as a lifelong dream realized, expressing genuine excitement about headlining his first pay-per-view event at the Barclays Center. He had vowed to utilize every tool in his arsenal, including his physical advantages, and emphasized his ability to adapt throughout the contest. Zayas also rejected claims that he was outmatched, asserting that his skills were superior and that he would silence any doubts on fight night. He had stressed the importance of staying composed, enjoying the moment, and gradually taking control of the action.
First off, I wanna thank DAZN, Top Rank, Matchroom. I also want to send a message to Venezuela. They had a big earthquake last night. I got a couple friends out there, so I hope everything is good. If you guys need any help, my heart is with you. You guys can contact me, and I will provide any help I can. With that being said, man, I'm excited. 48 hours, man, it's the dream. It's what you've been dreaming of since I was a kid, since I was 5 years old, wanting to be a world champion, wanting to be in big fights. I get to do it. First pay-per-view, Barclays Center, New York. I'm excited. I'm gonna take over.
Just like Boots, Xander had also reflected on what life would look like after this bout, confidently stating that he would wake up as the best 154 pounds fighter in the world. He had emphasized that his focus was not on fame or popularity, but on proving to himself that he could accomplish what he had set out to do, and had acknowledged that recognition would naturally follow success, but made it clear that his primary motivation was personal validation. He insisted that his victory would solidify his status status at the top of the division regardless of external opinions and made it clear that his legacy was the only thing that truly mattered to him moving forward.
And what does that look like?
I'm gonna be the best 154-pounder in the world. It doesn't matter how my popularity is gonna grow. That doesn't matter. That comes with the territory. That comes with me growing and getting better as a fighter and people liking me. But it's more about just proving myself right, knowing that I know I could do this, and I know I will do it Saturday night. And Sunday morning when I wake up, I'm going to be the best 154.
Though doubts had surrounded Xander leading up to the fight, he had looked noticeably better and more energetic on weigh-in day, resembling his usual sharp self. His body appeared fuller and healthier, suggesting he had managed his weight cut effectively. On the other side, Boots had also looked ready, calm, and locked in for the challenge ahead. Both men had appeared fully prepared for a war, setting the stage for an explosive showdown in the junior middleweight division.
Xander Zayas, Jaron Boots Ennis, 12 rounds for the unified WBA and WBO Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Matchroom Boxing in association with Top Rank Incorporated and Boots Promotions, live on DAZN from Brooklyn, New York, U.S.
As Boots' promoter, Eddie Hearn had acknowledged that Ennis possessed undeniable pound-for-pound talent, but insisted that true recognition only came with a stacked resume. He had identified the Zayas fight as the first major step towards securing that status. Hearn had expressed full confidence in Ennis's abilities, stating that he had no doubt about the outcome on Saturday night. He had predicted that Ennis would deliver a statement performance and prove he belonged among the sport's elite. Hearn had made it clear that this fight was the beginning of Ennis's journey to pound-for-pound greatness.
To my left is, I believe, the future of the sport, the future pound-for-pound #1. But as I keep saying, everybody knows he's got pound-for-pound ability. But until you stack up the resume, you can't be on that list. Right. And this is our first big step to be on that list. Absolutely. And start to show people how great he is. So I don't want to rub people's nose in it. I want to say let's all work together to make boxing.
Meanwhile, Boots Ennis had voiced a strong belief in his son's readiness before the fight, pointing out that Boots felt far more at ease now that he was campaigning at 154 after spending a full decade at welterweight. He had recognized that Zayas was the naturally bigger man and would likely move up again in the future, but had stressed that Boots' adaptability and extensive preparation would be decisive. Bozy had hinted that the best version of Boots had yet to be seen and predicted that as long as Boots stuck to the game plan, he would come out on top against any challenger in the division.
Well, his training camp is really not too much different. Because he trained, he loved to train, you know what I mean?
Yeah, now that he's at 154, what's different about him?
Well, he feels much comfortable now because he held 147 for like 10 years. So he feels comfortable now. He was too big, he was going to move up anyway, so, you know what I mean? But he's taking a chance, you know what I mean? And he want to be great, so, I mean, like I said, I respect Xander for taking the fight. A lot of guys didn't want to fight Boots.
Right, but talk about that respect because he's a unified champion. He's not even just kind of a star alone. He's a unified champ, giving opportunity to a guy that a lot of people didn't want to.
And he didn't have to take the fight. He could have forced somebody else. So that's why I respect him.
Moving on, expressing a different view, Max Kellerman had pointed out that both Xander and Boots had yet to truly prove themselves as legitimate champions despite holding belts and being considered elite talent. He had argued that the winner of this fight would finally establish himself as the true champion of the junior middleweight division, as the Ring magazine title was vacant. Kellerman had emphasized that this matchup represented the closest either fighter had come to cementing his status as the division's top dog, and made it clear that the bout carried significant weight for both men's legacies.
Guy, the title's vacant, you become champ. You have to really be the champion. But at 54, Mike, it's vacant. And if he beats Boots, he'll be closer to actually being the champion of the division. Same thing with Boots. Even though Boots has a welterweight ring championship, he's never really beaten anybody.
They're both in the same,
For both these guys, they'll be as close as they've ever.
On the other hand, sharing his prediction, Gabe Rosado had outlined the keys for Zayas to emerge victorious against Boots, emphasizing the importance of using his reach, footwork, and combination punching to keep the fight at a distance. He had noted that Zayas must avoid smothering his punches and instead land shots from the end of his gloves, making full use of his physical advantages. Rosado had also suggested that Zayas's legs and ability to control range would be crucial in neutralizing Ennis's pressure, and emphasized that if Zayas stuck to his game plan, he had a legitimate chance to pull off the upset.